Hey, welcome back everybody. Buckin Billy Rays Smith here. Welcome to another episode of Outdoors with the Morgans. Hunter, how are you, brother?
I was down here about an hour ago, and since then the temperature went up about 15 degrees. The sun came out and almost all the snow melted. So word on the street is old Buckin may be making a road trip this spring, maybe this summer. So if Buckin comes here, he's going to need a saw to run. And I think it's highly unlikely that he'll be able to get one of those old Macs in his carry-on. So he's going to need something to run. I think I got something just perfect for him. What do you think? Can you imagine the look on his face if I handed him this? I don't think we'll see BR running the 161T, but I will say this is actually a pretty handy little saw. I think I might be able to talk him into running this 880 here. I mean, it's a 121cc saw. I got a real big oak down in the woods there. It's still standing, probably close to 4 feet in diameter. Got lots of forward lean to it. Then there's a real big limb hanging out the back. It's a little more than my experience level. I really don't want to mess with it, but we were talking the other day. He said, hey, I'll take that thing down when I'm there, but that would be the saw for it right there. I gotta tighten this chain up just a bit. But I was watching a video a couple weeks ago that Buckin put out on hand filing, and he's real good at it. He is. And this saw here needs sharpened. It's not real bad, but definitely needs touched up for sure. So what I figured we'd do today, I'll maybe make like 2 cuts with this, maybe 3. And then I'll kind of go through Buckin's video there on hand filing, just kind of pick out some highlights of it. And I'll try sharpening this one, then we'll do a couple more cuts. And then I'll do a side-by-side comparison to see if I was successful or not. Now I've hand filed before with mixed results. I use some gadgets like the Stihl 2-in-1 sharpener. I like it. Buckin Billy Ray, he's all about, you know, hand filing, doesn't like the gadgets. But I say, you know, whatever works for you is fine. You know, you need a sharp chain. And I know the Stihl 2-in-1 has definitely got me out of a pinch. It's nice when you're out in the woods, you don't have a vise. It's pretty easy just to touch up a chain. But this chain here on this saw, this is a 4-foot bar. It's the 404 chain. It's an expensive chain, it is. And I don't want to screw it up. So I'm gonna kind of take my time. We'll go through it, watch some parts of his video. We'll hand file it, and then we'll do a test to see, you know, if it worked out or not. But I think it'll be just fine. All right, we'll be testing this on a piece of red oak, about 19.5, 20 inches in diameter. I'll probably make 3 cuts on it. The first one we won't count. Just make sure the saw is warmed up real well. Then we'll make 2 cuts. We'll hand file the chain, 2 more, and we'll do a side-by-side comparison and see how much it improved. Alright, old Buckin calls this video Chainsaw Sharpening School. Your saw will cut faster after this video.
Look at his camera. Okay, so watch this. Here we go. You're going to watch this happen. You can see. That's not a sharp chain to me. It is not. You can see right there. Watch what happens. Brand new chain. I'm not even on the tooth yet. I'm coming back now. Now I'm under it. And now I'm just going to concentrate on filing the chain. Watch what happens. Look at, you can see it happening. There it is. You guys, you can't catch it. Put the file up. Yeah, look at it. There it is. There. Oh, it's right there. Oh, look at it sitting right on top of the tooth. 125, we're going to take it out and do some cutting with it. But it's basically a brand new chain. It's full house, as you can see. Right? But I'm in the vise, which is nice. Now I'm fairly level, right, friends? I'm fairly level. I like to stay close to the vise itself because it keeps the bar nice and solid. Like I might even come this way a little more. There. Now you can actually see what's going on. Okay. So see, I'm right near the vise.
Doesn't really move much. Now sometimes when I'm doing this, I'll go through like I am and pick up. And then other times, what I'll do is just kind of drag it back. But I'm not dragging it across the tooth. And I did that before on video, and oh my goodness, everyone's like, you're destroying that chain. But it actually cut pretty good. Like Buckin said, you just kind of get in a groove, I guess. Take a closer look at that. It looks pretty good. What do you think? It's gonna take a while. So my buddy Rusty just texted me. If you remember a while back, it was New Year's Day actually. We went out to his dad's place and we split a whole bunch of wood. Well, he just sent me a picture and got it all stacked up. He said it was a little over 3 cords that we did with the Wolfe ridge. It only took a couple hours to do that. I do like 2 hands better than 1. I just seem to have a little better control of it. Well, I can see the metal coming off there for sure. And then finish it up with a few light strokes with 1 hand. I don't know if that's right or wrong. We'll know here in a little bit when we test it out.
I like my round filing. I really do. I enjoy filing a power saw myself. Okay? You want to get that straight. Just run with that angle they give you. Just run with that line, friends. There's no point in trying to get all crazy and different. You just run with it. All right? A lot of people, they concentrate on this backhand the most. Friends, listen, I'm telling you, use that pulling hand. Use it. It'll help you. So just, I'm in the vise, and what I'll do is I'll back off here and show you how I'm standing to give you a whole idea of this whole process. Full on video today, guys, gals, women, and children. Okay? This one's a little bit rickety. You can tell it. You can tell it's been hit too. But the other side was the side that got hit. But I'm training this now. So what I'm talking about is this. The seat. From the top of that, there's a working corner, down to the bottom, there's a seat. See it? That's how that should look. You shouldn't lose this. This is called the gullet. That dark spot is the spot, is the gullet. Okay? Working corner, side plate, and top plate. Okay, friends? What I'm doing as far as the file goes on the angle of the dangle, which is basically this. Okay, guys, gals, women and children? So this is what I was doing when you were looking at the file. This is me, right here. See the file? It's going basically straight across. But do what you need to do to get the chain sharp, okay? So here I go. I'm just gonna work this out. You don't need to crank hard. I'm just training this chain to get it to where I like it, okay? I stay in my groove. I don't go like this. I don't do that. The reason I don't do that.
So he stays in his groove.
I'm in a groove. You see, and I've
been doing it both ways, actually.
And I tinkle it. I call it tinkling. It's not hurting anything, friends. So don't bother. Don't bother in the comments. Buddy, you're dragging your file back. No, I ain't. Watch old veteran loggers. You'll hear this exact sound. That's the sound they make.
By the way, if you didn't see the last couple videos, daughter Eva is doing pretty good. She's in the hospital for a few days. She was having like some headaches and she had a little fainting spell the other day. Thought it might be a little bit of a seizure. And anyway, they did all kind of tests. And she turns out she has Chiari malformation. And coincidentally, Hannah had the same thing. And Hannah had to have the surgery, I think when she was 18, maybe 19 years old, something like that. She has a few little problems, but all in all, she's pretty good shape. So we're just gonna kind of monitor Eva for a while. and she's going to be on a little bit of medicine, not much. And then what we'll do, we'll just see how things progress. So we don't know if she'll have to have the surgery at some point. What Chiari malformation is, it's a like the back of your brain kind of droops down into your spinal column and puts pressure on nerves and things and causes all sorts of problems. With Hannah, it all started in her extremities and headaches, things like that. But we're happy that we figured out what it was, or what it is, and then we can figure out what we're going to do moving forward. Well, it's coming out nice, I think. So I noticed something. When I pull out like that, you know, pull up and go back down, I have a tendency of pushing down too much. I seem to have better control doing it that way than just dragging it back. But I just have to make sure when I pull out, I go down and then I'm pulling back on the tooth and not pushing down too hard. Can you imagine if we go to all this effort and it cuts slower than it did? That wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be good at all. Well, I'm almost halfway. I'm telling you, this is a long bar. Takes a while. This chain wasn't really in bad shape. It didn't hit a lot with it or anything like that. It was just, it definitely needed sharpened though. I haven't seen any teeth that are really banged up real bad. A couple of them just a little bit. Getting out of whack here a little bit. There we go. I tell you what, just after I thought, you know, I wanted to like lift up after each stroke, I'm kind of liking just leaving it in there and getting into rhythm. Yeah. That's nice. Almost have one side done. Get a 4-foot bar, they said. All right, I'll give you a close-up look here before I sharpen this one right here. Then I'll give you an after. All right, there's the after. We'll do another one. All right, here's another before, after. All right, this is the one I was looking for, the last one. So a couple things that I picked up on while watching old Buckin's video was this. Number one, obviously, you want to follow this line right here on the top of your cutter. Make sure you got the right angle, and that worked out. I didn't have any problems doing that. But what I did learn, and I think most importantly, was what I was doing, I was going through, lifting out, going through, lifting out like that. And that was working, but what I was finding myself doing was putting too much pressure downward and not back. So, you know, I was using two hands. I'm just using one right now to show you. When I stayed in it, I think he called this tinkling. You know, I wasn't back dragging the file on the tooth. Move it over a little bit, and I was going like that. And what that helped me do was put more pressure going back this way. And I seem to be getting better results doing that. So I like the two hands, use this front, you know, this leading edge to kind of help guide. That seemed to work pretty well, but it looks pretty sharp, and I think it's going to cut much better. I really do. I think it's going to be a pretty good deal right here. Something else I noticed, the first few passes, you know, I was just kind of taking material off, and then you get back there a little bit and you can see the top of that cutter and the file are kind of one and the same right there. That's when I knew I was back in there good, and worked that good. I think we need to fire this up and try it out. How's it going?
Good. What are you doing?
I was just hand filed that 880 saw, and it takes a long time with that 4-foot bar, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's heavy. How about this weather, huh?
Yeah, the sun's shining, the snow is melted. It gets really cold in the evenings, and then I guess in the next day or two it's going to be in the 50s. So
yeah,
it's crazy. No, like the weather's like
I'm ready for
Piper.
Yeah.
Pretty soon she changes her mind, and don't get upset because it'll change again.
I'm ready for March 8th when we turn the clocks. That's my that's when I come to life. All right, like we always say, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button, click subscribe, and share them with your friends. Thanks.
I hope you liked this episode of the Outdoors with the Morgans. Make sure to smash that like button, hit the notification bell, subscribe, and share with your friends.